Over the last 20 years, what has made Otterbein Granville so special is the relationships that have been built. We actually have partners here on staff that have been with us the entire 20 years. While we pride ourselves on our amazing amenities, it truly is the people that make the difference.
I wanted to come here because they wanted the values of family, residents and staff to be like family. And I think that's what drew me here. And then as I met everyone that come in here, it was true. They're all wonderful.
I think one of the values that became most important to me was, in order for this to be a good place to live, it has to be a good place to work. And so for the employees, that was both my challenge for the employees and for our residents. We wanted to be a 5-star community. And so in order to be a 5-star community, you have to have 5-star staff. So that was always important to me.
When I started, it was April 4th, so it was before all the residents moved in. We didn't even have pavement out here. And I was up in one of the bedrooms in the farmhouse as an office. And I thought it'd be awesome to start a new place, from the beginning. I think after a year would be better. There was a lot of work. A lot of cleaning, a lot of getting things done and everything. But I had the luxury of meeting every resident that came in. And it was wonderful.
My experience is we were just getting stuff in, like equipment and food, so it was a little hectic trying to get all that stuff and cleaned and washed, and when the painters were still painting, we had to cover them up, and they uncovered it, so we had to re-clean it.
What was it like being part of the early days of dining program?
It was kind of a challenge because, you got equipment coming in, not coming in, and trying to figure out how to cook things.
We had a smaller group of people, coming in, so we really got to get to know them really well, and then as in June, I think we really started getting a lot of folks in, a lot more, so, but it was an experience.
I was Stella's first employee in August, up here in the bistro.
So what was your first couple of weeks like?
It was easy. I had to learn to know where the time clock was and stuff. When we first started.
I was actually the DON that started, and I actually started before the community opened. I had a list of suggested quantities to go by, and one of those things was cotton balls. And I think we ordered 10,000 cotton balls. It literally took us 10 years to go through those 10,000 cotton balls. So we learned that lesson, but those were the things that you just kind of had to figure out as you went. But it was very exciting. I found it very exciting. It was hard. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done professionally. But it's been one of the most rewarding things as well. It's about relationships, like the harvest party and all of those things that we do together, the Christmas parties that we've had over the years. That's what builds those relationships, and that's what I think solidifies us as a community as well.
And their family members join as well in ours, like my grandchildren, their grandchildren. We all come together during those things, and it's a family.
Also, they know everybody's name, which is very important, and as a result, the residents know the employees' names, and they know about them too. Yes. Everybody's open and friendly, and do their best. I think they really try.
I think one of the most important values for me as well was just transparency. I know Doug Hellman talked about that all the time. He was very transparent about what he said to the residents, what he said to the employees, and I think that went through all of us. It was just to be transparent with each other.
And thoughtful and considerate. All those great terms, they really employ them.
Anything you need done, maintenance, they come up, within a few hours. Anybody, people in the health center are helpful, the dining room. they're just so helpful, willing to please and do what they have to do to keep us happy.
I think they become part of our extended family. This one I've known since she came in, and she's a granddaughter.
I call her my Granville yeah. Yeah.
And I have one out there, that's a daughter, I think, more than, you're not old enough to be a granddaughter. I'm not old enough, whatever. We've been friends a long time. We're close friends. It's not a frivolous relationship, is it so? No, we love each other, truly.